God, that's annoying. Sin.
Oh, that's not too far off. Okay. Okay, I think it's at a good spot.
Walk. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I think that looks good. If you think it looks good.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I'll try to figure Streamlabs out, I guess. Worst comes to worst, I just scrap everything. Start off as a YouTube streamer instead.
Yeah. True, I guess. It's pain though.
You know what? Streamlabs stole a bunch of assets from OBS, trying to claim that they were a product associated with OBS.
True, I
when
did
they were
hear a lot of
clearly
that
not.
controversy.
So you know what? Learning actual OBS is a little bit of a pain in the ass and doesn't work sometimes, as evidenced by that one Deltarune stream that everything fell to shit.
Yeah.
But I guess Streamlabs isn't any better. Haha. Fuck. Alright, whatever. You can still hear the game okay? Can Stream hear the game okay?
Give me.
Stream hear the game okay?
Oh.
Stream. Wait. Stream can certainly hear me. Good lord. Jump scared.
Yeah, it sounds like from what I can hear on my phone, it sounds like the background noises, the music's coming in okay.
You don't need me to turn anything up?
I think we're okay right now, but if somebody says otherwise, we'll see.
Okay. Let's try like this, I guess. After the Ivy Woods wilted, people are suspecting some wicked magic activity at work. Which, of course, means that people are less keen on coming near us Magi folk. Question. I have no more questions.
The Ivy Woods wilted, I guess?
What happened to the Ivy Woods?
How curious.
Here, I thought small town news was supposed to travel fast. That seems a little bit condescending, and I don't think she meant it to.
Probably not.
An entire section of the forest just died. Wanted to go and gather some samples to see if perhaps a rare disease is killing the trees.
Hi, Yvette. Hi, Adriana. Hello. How are you guys?
Hello. My stream got worked, so we are here tonight.
Yeah, normally we're live on Kay's channel for Thursday nights, but Streamlabs said big F you.
It said no, and we are sad. But we have a backup. Huzzah. I can't leave the shop, and I don't want to be caught out there investigating. People might start suspecting that I was the one who did it, and I don't really need that kind of attention. Oh? People suspect magic? What kind of samples do you need?
Shoot. I kind of want to say people suspect magic.
What do you
People
mean?
are suspecting magic. People always suspect magic. It's easier to blame on something you don't understand, especially when you're only exposed to hearsay and rumors. People out here don't experience the good sides of magic. Like the self-driving wagons and other handy devices created by the Tinkers in Eridos, or the grand theater shows of the illusionists down south.
Okay.
Happy you're annoyed?
I'm gonna stick with
Flirty or angry?
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with they do have you though. I like that a little
Flirty.
better.
Your shop is quite wonderful in its own right, though.
Thank you.
And I do believe the people here are warming up to me. After all, flowers and herbs are hardly something you can create much controversy over. Yep, just don't make anything even remotely dangerous. Smiley face. I heard that aconite is very pretty. It's also very deadly. Which is also why it was I, not some firework tinker, who was sent here. Well, oh, you were sent here?
Yeah, I think
Is
I'm
that
gonna
a source
go.
of-
I think I'm gonna go with you were sent here.
You were sent here?
So,
You didn't choose to come here yourself? Oh no, darling. When the mage graduates from the academy, we are assigned a shop to practice our craft. Ooh. Get to make proposals for where we'd like to go, but ultimately it's up to a council to distribute the graduates. They will consider the needs of the towns and cities and the danger the mage might pose if they work without supervision. And you were determined to be of no threat because you are an herbalist? Are you an herbalist or are you an arborist? Because those are two different things
Important
entirely.
distinction.
Someone who works with herbs and turns them into, tinctures and stuff, that's fine, probably. You would probably get noticed before you make a plague. Poison thing.
Probably.
Someone who can influence the growth of plants, can very quickly just plant a couple seeds, spread around town, get to a center point, and then make them all strangle everyone with their branches and roots, you know?
Yeah.
But there might also be accounting for disposition and whatnot. And I suppose faking your personality through your teenage years over a long period of time would be a really difficult thing for someone to do. Especially if the Mage Academy trains prepubescents through their development, right?
Yeah.
Because, like, despite how some media might portray it, it is very hard for teenagers to fake anything for such a long period of time.
Yeah, they're not the best liars.
Oh, no, like, some teenagers can be fucking psychopaths. They can be amazing
Some.
liars. But, most of them can't do it for prolonged periods of time under extreme scrutiny, like, how I figure mages might be looked at, you know?
Oh yeah, I'm sure they're a magnifying glass to the temple.
Mm-hmm. I, for one, am quite happy with where I ended up.
You like it here?
really?
You actually like it here? I thought you'd want to be somewhere more lively. Like one of the capitals or something?
Just imagine.
Oh no, that's way too dull. I wouldn't learn anything in the forest of bricks. Out here, I'm right in the center of the greatest garden of all. I'm starting to get poison ivy vibes off you. Is anyone else getting poison ivy vibes?
Maybe just a little.
Not to mention the fascinating underground of the magic mines.
Okay, well that's
Yeah,
clearly a plot hook somewhere.
The energy coursing through the soil here is completely unique, and I keep finding new specimens that would make the students back at my college green with envy. And you know, because green. Haha. Because I'm a... Yes, plant jokes. Do we want to know about firework makers, or...
See, I'm torn because I feel like at this point it's awkward to like shove it into the conversation, but also I feel like
You want to know more information?
I do. I feel like this might come up at some point, so it might be a good idea to just know. So it's still giving us the option to ask.
Okay.
Really?
There are seriously mages who just make fireworks? Of course, but they are not just fireworks. They are the best, most beautiful fireworks on the continent. Created to dazzle and entertain, they are a marvelous sight to behold. That sounds amazing. That sounds kind of dangerous.
That sounds amazing. She seems to like it, so.
We're arsonists. Oh, that sounds like a dream. I'd love to see that one day.
Actually,
We'll have to go to the capital to see it, I'm afraid. Such magic has to be performed under strict supervision, but it is
Well,
worth the
that's
journey
good.
for sure.
I guess.
Do we want to make small talk before getting to the side quest? Because it will turn into a side quest.
Yeah, I
We're-
feel like we've already done enough small talk. We've been talking there for a hot minute.
Okay.
I wonder.
What kind of samples do you need?
Actually,
Anything would do at this point. A cutting from a dead tree, a pinch of the dirt, it could all tell me something about how it died.
I just like, nope. But yeah, no, we can get it.
I'll do it.
I can go and get it for you. The forest isn't that far, and it might help.
Absolutely not.
Oh shit.
Well, damn.
Elizabeth would kill me if she found out I sent you there alone. It's dangerous, you know? No one would train Deem.
I'm sorry, what?
It's better to let the officials handle this. Can we go back to the demon hunters?
Just drop that casually in a conversation. I like that
So,
people are suspecting magic for the wilting forest and not the literal demons.
So, you know how... The audience does not know this, because apparently Streamlabs enjoys my suffering. But we were talking about 13 Sentinels for a long while. You know what? That's good. It means I didn't spoil anyone except you.
That is true.
But this is around the pace of information. Well, a little faster than that. No, you know what? This is fast enough. We're only like 10 minutes into gameplay, honestly. We've just been stretching it out a lot by suffering. But yeah, no. The casual mention of Demon Hunters, that would be a major plot point in any other franchise or game or something. They just kind of like casually drop that in. That's this is why you can't just half-ass 13 Sentinels. You need to take some time.
Hi Liz, thanks for coming back. As far as who you're killing, you could kill Streamlabs if you like.
I support this movement.
I guess you're right, or spoil sport. I guess you're right.
Okay.
Yeah, you're probably right. I'm always right, darling.
Wow, it really just gives you the option to just talk our ear off. I think we're fine.
Okay. I have no more questions.
Actually...
Yeah. Hell yeah, Liz.
You just want light.
Oh, you'll love this.
Ishii, you said.
Erika Ishii, yes.
Erika, there's so many Erikas.
That is true, and they're all in voice acting. It's spelled with a K, if that helps.
Erika Ishii. Oh, she does look familiar. Okay.
Like I said, I know her more from, like, tabletop RPG stuff, like Critical Role, Geek and Sundry stuff, but I know she does a lot of... I think they use they pronouns. I could be wrong.
They are in Apex.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think their character actually just debuted not that long ago.
I've been meaning to try Apex.
I literally downloaded it because my sister was playing it, and it was so big that I had to put it on like a separate drive, and then I never touched it.
We should have a game night. Whenever you find yourself with time.
Yeah, 20 years from now, maybe. But yes, no, that would be fun.
Maybe we could just suck at FPS games on a Thursday instead of doing the end.
Kind of like we do with Ace Attorney, like a little intermission or something.
Yeah. World can't go wrong without the Madam's Great Headache Remedy, can it now? Give me a second. Quinn finds the herbs you asked for and you pay for your wares.
Come back soon.
Do say hi to Elizabeth for me when you get back.
Elizabeth seems like a very famous mage around here. But I guess if she's the town hangover cure.
It's getting late, but the streets are still buzzing with activity. Citizens are making their final rounds, shopping and greeting friends while walking back home from work. You have very vibrant hair. And a lot of piercings. The bard is sitting on the stones at the square, entertaining a small group of children, and you find yourself pausing to listen in as he spins his tale.
And then, the Witch Queen of the North raised an army of demons from the depths of the mountains and laid waste to the lands. It was a time where wild magic ruled, and the people of this continent were bent under its heel.
The children gasp and huddle together, and you smile. You've heard the story many times before and know just where it's going.
But then, from the ashes of a burned nation, rose 7 heroes.
Does this smell like foreshadowing to anybody else?
They were the chosen ones,
Just a
the
little.
paragons. And together they rallied the people and beat back the demon Scourge and their evil mistress.
Oh, there are those demons again.
So this is Chris Hackney, who I don't really know much about, but he voices Ayato in Genshin Impact and Dimitri in Fire Emblem. So if Elizabeth got a hold of this man, she would probably fall in love with him. But I don't know anything else off the top of my head from his profile that he's done. But I do like his voice.
I think he is either a director or audio engineer.
Yeah.
And I think it may have been someone else, but I think he did work on the Somnium Files.
Oh, really? That's good.
So if he did work...
Sorry, go ahead.
I don't know why Discord just decided to... But you know what? You're the one streaming, so I guess it's fine for you to have cut out for me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry, I got too excited. It probably peaked and like... Hi,
Yeah,
Yaka. Hope you're
incredible.
doing well. Yes, it is a visual novel.
Hi, Yaka. How are you?
Yeah, we're new to this game as well. Kay said they backed it a while back on Kickstarter, and we were looking for something new to play after we finished Amori. So, but it's got a really good voice cast behind it. It's got Sean Chiplock, Allegra Clark, Erica Lindbeck. So, we're pretty happy with it so far. Good to hear you're well. I'm doing pretty well as well.
Once the battle was over, they formed the Empire.
The Empire.
That's
huh?
ominous.
A nation governed not by magic, but by people.
And surely no one corrupt would ever be working for the nation.
The first Paragon traveled south and built the Seven Winds Academy.
This is me trying to do exposition in my Dungeons and Dragons games. Hoping that my players will desperately latch on to the idea of the Seven Winds Academy and go there, but then instead they talk to Boblin the Goblin.
So I mentioned that he worked on like
AI.
Direction and stuff.
yeah.
And if he did, it was probably voice direction for dubbing.
Oh, gotcha.
And probably not mixing,
Mm.
or maybe a little bit of vocal mix. But also, he's Renju.
Okay, you know what? That's because his voice sounded familiar, and I was like, I don't know Ayato because I haven't played the new update, and I've never played Three Houses or whatever Dimitri's in. So I was like, but why does it sound familiar? Fucking Renju.
He's just Renju.
A school to teach the next generations of mages, so that magic may never again be used for chaos.
I've come to kill who now? What?
The second Paragon traveled the
Is that a
continent
different game?
to rid it from the remains of the witch's ilk. During his travels, other heroes chose to join his ranks, and that is how the Order of the Demon Hunters was formed.
Oh. Okay. I believe you.
The remaining 5 set out to each build a great city.
This is such a huge fucking exposition dump in the middle of the first 15 minutes of this game.
In the middle of town, to children.
Yeah, true. He's telling this to children.
Which is, I guess, a good exposition source. That's not the word I want to use.
It's a little more organic.
Cool.
This is some
It's a little
heavy,
more organic.
more heavy casual conversation. Yeah, for
Cities
real,
that
Yaka.
would later become the capitals of the Empire. And in the central capital built by Alethros, their leader, stand 7 seats, each representing one of the 7 rulers of the empire.
Oh, jeez, do you think that number's important?
And from these seats, their successors still rule to this day. The end.
I sure hope they aren't, like, pretentious and entitled, because they're the ancestors of the 7 kings or whatever the fuck, right?
That would be so bad.
That would be a shame. There's clapping and cheering, with some of the adults around politely joining in, but then one child raises their hand, head tilted in curiosity the way only children can do.
Yes, Yaka, according to his Twitter profile, he's Dimitri's voice actor.
He's also Renju's voice actor.
And Renju from I, the Somnium Files, and Ayato from Genshin Impact. Oh, you think so? I've never heard Dimitri's voice. I've seen plenty of pictures of him thanks to Eli.
Dimitri is a little bit bipolar in his vocal direction.
Oh,
he's either very soft-spoken, very regal. He's got a very regal, very proud tone to him. And on the flip side, he's also very gluttural and angry and growly. He's very growly.
You say there are 7 seats, but my mom says there are only 6.
Uh-oh.
Well,
There's
since it's your
some kind of
mom,
bigotry.
Dimitri sounds more nasal in my opinion. The voice actor must have done a great work changing his voice. Yeah, sounds like it then. I am always in awe of voice actors.
I really, really just want to give you, like, the opening scene to... Like, I think I should just do that. Just give you 13 Sentinels opening scene to have you listen to...
Because I think I've seen it, because I made
character.
it to the where they were in the classroom, and she's like, one of the girls is going around talking to people, but I was working, so I wasn't able to pay, like, fully attention to it, so...
Yeah, no, the girl that was running around talking to people was her. That was Allegra.
I can't fucking believe that. Are you kidding me?
Yeah!
What
She's
the fuck?
insane!
Damn.
Why should the mages have a seat?
Oh, there it is. The bigotry. Casually passed down from extremely, terribly prejudiced parents to oblivious children only imitating those that raised them. Wowee. The market is unquiet. All eyes now turn to the bard, who remains unfazed, smiling.
That's the thing about stories. Sometimes they don't actually end, even if the bard has said so. They become the beginning of something new.
This really does sound completely different from Dimitri. Jesus Christ.
Huh. He does sound like Renji, though.
Renju sounds like an asshole.
Yeah, he's like a softer Renju.
He turns slightly, and you swear for a moment he's looking straight at you before he shrugs. I'm sure that doesn't mean anything at all. I'm sure he's just flirting.
Totally.
He's just being polite.
Yeah.
But alas, I was only paid to tell you rascals one tale for today. So, that particular sequel will have to wait for another time.
Maybe it's because Renju was drunk whenever we heard him talk.
That is true. We don't hear him talk sober very much.
So all we ought to do is get this character drunk. A little bit. And then we get to hear the Renju. The kids get up and leave. You two figure you've lingered long enough and continue on your way. And we were not accosted by the bard on our way home.
Well, this music's dramatic.
Your head whips around towards a dark side. Oh god. Not a dark side street. I can't be happy. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It was a very sudden change, so...
The people around you keep walking, ignoring the sounds. Oh no, not the bystander effect. You glance around but see no reaction. Everyone just carries on apathetically. You know you should probably do the same. You can vividly imagine Elizabeth's disapproving stare, but the darkness of the alley beckons you, and you leave the busy street to investigate.
This is how you get murdered.
A man is standing over the form of a young girl, or what appears to be a girl.
Really, there's no need for this. I was simply a bit lost, you see. I didn't mean to wander into your town uninvited.
More bigotry, oh my goodness.
Just let me go, and I'll be out of your hair for good. Gone. Whoosh.
You expect me to believe that, spirit?
Oh, didn't we give this asshole a headache here? Maybe we should just give him another headache. We should just give him another headache.
Hell yeah.
I am not fooled by your petty tricks and illusions. I see you, and I am going to make sure whatever wicked scheme you have planned ends right here.
I swear, I'm not planning anything.
Demon spawn like you don't belong in this world. Die, you filthy creature!
He's gonna kill her? You have to do something with what?
She is very cute. The poor girl needs my help.
Your choice will influence your personality going forward.
Okay, the poor girl needs
Do we
my
want to be
help.
kind or adventurous?
Shoot. I think I want to be kind.
We'll focus more on the girl than the bully.
Yeah.
The kindness in your heart compels you to take action!
Stop that. You're hurting her.
Eyes are crazed, dangerous, and familiar.
You.
A chill runs down your spine as something flashes in the man's eyes. You could have sworn they looked almost red.
You're that old hag's apprentice, aren't you? You lure people with your pretty potions and promises of healing. But in the end, you're just the same. You... magic scum like you should all just die.
He said, while being enveloped in a magical aura. Oh?
Well.
I can't believe the game ended.
That's scary?
You look down and see the hilt of a knife, a bloom of red growing outward, staining everything. You almost don't feel the pain. Shock is making the strangest thoughts suddenly relevant.
So, that's what a lot of blood looks like.
Wow.
It's
Great observation.
thicker than
Morgan.
I imagined and more red.
I'm very curious if we would have.
You really saved me there. I'm sorry this had to happen. Let me see.
Curious if we would have gotten stabbed if it was the other way, or if this was gonna happen regardless.
The choice seems to have... We are explicitly told that the choice affected our,
Personality.
and
But I'm
maybe not the
curious,
story.
like, if there was anything else to it, or
Yeah.
if maybe he wouldn't have talked to us before he
Yeah.
stabbed us. Maybe we were
He
so
got you
bold he
real
just
good,
stabbed
didn't
us.
he? Pierced the heart.
Oh God.
Humans need hearts, I am certain of that. And such a kind heart, too.
Oh, I love her. This is a problem
Don't be
because
scared. I'll fix it.
I went into this
promise.
determined that we were gonna stick to Allegra Clark's side no matter what. But she's swaying me.
It won't be easy, though. It really isn't quite the state. I think I can mend it. But it needs something to stick it together. Your soul, I mean. No use mending the body when you're, well, dead.
So we have to stick the soul to the body before we can... I'm sorry, magic mechanics are fascinating.
Yeah.
You want to make sure the soul doesn't leave the body while you're fixing it, so you need to... And it sounds incredibly difficult to split your concentration between the two tasks, right? So you want to focus on the soul first. And I guess the heart won't be too damaged in the meantime if it's already stopped or it's been pierced.
Yeah.
Taking the knife out would probably hurt more than leaving it in at this point.
Probably.
So, yeah, focus on that soul. You got it. I believe in you.
Sorry. That was rather insensitive, wasn't it?
She's so cute.
Nothing wrong with being dead. I mean, it happens to all of us. But, oh, right. Not important.
She's worried about being insensitive to the dead? That's so cute! What the fuck?
She's literally so cute. I fucking love this chick.
Just a moment. I'll fix you right up.
Oh. My head.
Yeah. Sorry about that. You knocked your head pretty bad when you fell.
Why did your voice go up a full octave? Or down a full octave, I guess.
Yeah, it did change.
We should get you a potion for that.
You blearily force your eyes open. You're still in the alleyway, but the street has gone quiet and the afternoon light has faded. You must have been unconscious for a while. Your hand flies up to your chest, expecting to find the knife still sticking out, but there is no wound.
It doesn't hurt, right? Honestly, I don't know much about human skin, so I kinda just stitched it together the best I could.
So we're gonna have a metal scar now.
Probably. I'm surprised that this is the first time I can notice the... Well, I'm not that surprised. But this is the first time that I can hear the quality of home recording.
Oh, really?
Like, it was recorded during the upswing of the pandemic.
No, that totally makes sense.
So, like, some people didn't feel safe going out to
Oh
studios
yeah,
to
there were
record this
so
stuff.
many people doing, yeah, like, getting those fancy, like, boxes and stuff.
But, I suppose if I knew who the VA here was.
Yeah, I looked up her stuff, and, like, she's done, like, Owl House and, like, Olaf's Frozen Adventure and nothing else. Like, no, it's not true, but, like, nothing...
So she's, like, newer to the industry,
It seems
maybe?
like it, yeah, like...
So that
it's
would
all-
explain the audio difference, maybe? Because
Probably.
if you've been in the industry for a while, you probably know what equipment you're gonna need and what the
Yeah.
proper soundproofing setup is.
Yeah.
Here's like it sounds like she's like she's oversaturating her microphone a little bit.
See, yeah, I don't know enough about the specifics of that sort of thing.
I don't know what the fuck
so-
I'm talking about. I'm just saying things that make a little bit of sense.
Oh, fair enough.
It's like I'm writing for my fucking fic. I'm saying things that sound close enough to correct that you don't question it in the immediate, and that's all I need. I just need you to go like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
That's me going.
And if you
through
do any
life.
research, and if you do any research into it, you go like, oh wait, that's fucking bullshit. And
But
that's
the moment's
okay.
already
We're
passed,
okay with
so.
that. Yeah. Anywho, scared, confused, kind.
I want to stick with the kind, at least for a little bit. So, are you hurt?
Are you hurt?
That man was threatening you, wasn't he? Did he hurt you at all?
You're too kind. I'm fine. I mean, he was kind of scary, but I've seen worse. I'm so sorry you got involved in this, though.
Why is the music so loud? It's good music. I don't want to turn it off, but it's
Yeah,
overpowering everything.
It goes in.
Maybe her voice is just quiet.
Could be. I do like visual novels. Obviously, this is like an indie kind of thing, so like it's not gonna have that. But I really like visual novels that give you the chance to like increase specific characters' volumes, because a lot of like AI the Somnium Files, and Steins Gate have that option, or at least Steins Gate Elite did. I don't know if the original Steins Gate did. And it was really helpful for when you have characters like this that are for some reason
You're the
way
first
softer.
kind human I've seen in.
Yeah, so you
Oh,
can turn everyone
wow.
down to compensate.
Yeah.
And I go and get you killed. I'm the worst.
That was really
guy
echoey.
was really something, though.
She also sounds a bit nasally in her delivery.
Maybe, yeah.
To think a spirit would go as far as to possess a human like that?
Oh man, it wasn't his fault. Does that mean I have to be nice to? No, fuck him.
I want him
I
to
don't
be
like
a rude
him.
person.
I want him to be mean, so I can hate him.
Yeah.
I know the whole humans against magic thing doesn't make for the best of relationships, but There's no need to be rude.
Yeah, there's never an
I'm
excuse to be
so
rude.
Sorry.
Never.
You're probably confused, right? Please, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask.
Oh, we have questions.
I just start off with who are you? Get the basics.
So, who are you?
Aha, right. I am so sorry. I should have introduced myself, shouldn't I? I'm Mime. Well, I'm a spirit, I believe you would say.
So did that other spirit have a grudge against you?
A friendly one, though. Don't worry.
Can you possess me?
Yeah, I was literally just wondering.
Ooh. That sounds really cool. You should possess me. We should be a vigilante duo together. I can be your sidekick. You'd be the real hero because you'd be, like, possessing me and controlling all of my actions. But, like, I'd be the face. So I guess I would be the superhero. Oh my god, that's such a cool concept. Write that something down! Somebody write that down! Rip it! Anyhow.
I guess, why was that guy harassing you?
I met that guy earlier today.
Ooh. Stop doing it. That's good.
He wasn't nice back then either, but the way he treated you was horrible.
Yep.
Well, you know, humans don't usually care much for spirits. They're supposedly illegal, after all. Chaotic magic, dangerous, yada yada. This guy was particularly aggressive about it, though. His heart has a lot of hate inside it, which is probably the reason why the mean spirit decided to take it.
I guess that guy looked like some kind of monster.
That guy. His appearance changed all of a sudden.
Changed.
Didn't his eyes
Unless
change red and that was it?
It could have been that the thing that we thought was an aura was actually, like, limbs coming out of his back.
Oh, I guess that's fair, maybe.
The horns, the
Oh, I did not see
red
the ones.
eyes. He looked like some kind of monster.
My guess is that some mean spirit latched onto his anger and possessed him.
Yeah, you mentioned that. Would you mind going into detail as to what the fuck?
Yeah.
The spirit must have been quite powerful, too. To spark a physical transformation like that?
Are they seeing something that I'm not seeing?
I wonder what it was doing here.
Maybe he just transformed and they couldn't
Anyway,
afford more sprite
The
work,
best
so we
course
just
of
have to
action
pretend.
would be to stay far away from that guy, but I guess you already figured that out the hard way.
You better not come to my shop later. I'll poison him. I'll fucking do it.
For real.
I know what Nightshade looks like. You think I won't?
And then one last question. Where are you here?
Do we want to know why she's here, or do we want to do just going now?
I'm
yeah.
curious why she's here.
Okay.
Because if she's supposed to be
thank
illegal.
you for saving me, but
Illegal.
why are you still here? Aren't you afraid more people like that guy will show up?
Those gosh darn spirits are taking our jobs! Oh my god!
Well, you see, I might be kinda, sorta bound here to you.
She used a bit of her soul to hold ours in place.
You're bound here to me now? Were you bound here to
If she
me before this happened?
Yeah, that's possible
What?
too. It could be that, but I
I didn't
no,
mean to. I'm
it's now.
sorry.
It's now, and not before, certainly, probably. But of course, if I click this button, it will tell me.
But you were all dead and
Nice.
broken, and all the pieces didn't want to stick together, and then I panicked, and I may have somehow linked myself to your soul in order to bind it to your body.
Yeah, we can see the future.
Oh,
Jink.
Jesus, that's like such a fucking like hard ass sound for this. Absolutely forgiving. We've already been so kind so far.
You saved my life.
We will be an asshole next time.
Yeah, I'm sure there will be
Yeah,
like
there is a
multiple. I'm sure that there's probably gonna be like multiple endings based off of how you act. So.
The method might not have been ideal, but I really can't blame you for helping me.
I mean, it could, but that'd be self-defeating, wouldn't it?
I know. I should have done better, and I shouldn't have... Huh? You forgive me? Thank you. Oh, thank you, thank you. Don't worry. We'll find some way to fix this. I'm sure of it.
Do we want to fix this? I like having a cute spirit bound to my soul.
I would say I feel like this is like a literal definition of soulmates here. I think we should just say, let's work together. Because that doesn't necessarily mean like fix it.
If we work together,
God
Okay,
damn it.
well,
I'm sure
yeah,
you
that's
and
fine.
I can find a way to fix this.
I guess they have different opinions on the whole being linked to a spirit thing. It's
Yeah.
probably a cultural difference.
Well, and it's also if she's in danger by being here, then we want to get her out to wherever she's supposed to be.
On the other hand, I personally am pathetically lonely, and I would definitely welcome this with open arms. Yes.
Thank you. You're right. We'll find a way to solve this.
Why does it feel like she wanted to say something along the lines of, there is no way to solve this? You're delusional. Go at us.
Maybe
I
she's
don't know how
just.
to fix this,
Oh.
but I do know someone who might.
Which means they will not know how to fix this, and we will have to go on a very complicated quest for them to have any idea on how to fix this.
Probably.
I've seen the script.
I'll take you there. Though, she's going to be so mad at me.
I love that little frenzy sprite that she has. It's super cute.
The little slime eyes are a nice touch.
Also, I just realized that she's a pink-haired bitch, so obviously I was gonna like her. I don't know why
Oh my
I didn't register that.
Have you ever watched Future Diary?
I got like 8 episodes into it, and the pacing was like, ugh. I just couldn't keep up with it anymore. But I do fucking love that bitch. I love you. Is it Yuna?
You know.
Yeah, I love her. She's pink-haired yandere, like another one, a twin-tailed pink-haired yandere, another one to add to my list.
She shaped my Future Diary and 999 were both played in like the same like span of a year.
Oh
kind of.
boy, so it
Well,
like formed.
So the two of them together kind of fused and formed my interests in visual novels and anime,
Interesting.
and also
Yanderes.
girls.
Girls, yeah. Ooh.
Hey, if you can do that possession thing and like hide away inside my body, that would be real
It
convenient.
should be like extra easy now if you're fucking part of my soul.
Yeah. A sinister feeling makes the hairs on your neck stand on end, and Mime scurries closer to you, the small spirit having grown quite pale.
Something doesn't feel right. I think we should leave now.
She tugs you by the sleeves, and you follow her to the end of the alley, only to stop short at the sudden smell slithering down the street.
I thought this said snail for a second, and I was like, what?
Not another one.
Yeah, literally. Like, that was literally my thought, is not again.
Your eyes grow wide as you spot the flickering lights in the distance, a feeling of dread settling in your stomach. Did you burn down the goddamn alchemist's shop? You dumbasses.
The shop. Hey! Wait!
Elizabeth is gonna die and gonna set us off on a quest, probably. Oh, there's multiple people. Jesus.
Yep.
Child eater.
Oh
What?
God. See, I
Child
figured it was just like the one dude that set fire to it.
Get out of our town!
Jesus.
Burn the witch!
The yelling feels unbearably loud. The young man picks up a rock and throws it through a window. The sound of shattering glass is drowned out by the cheers rising from the crowd. Bastards! Sad, angry, sarcastic. What do you want to do?
Shoot. I feel like I would do, like, angry, but I feel like we've been playing her, so she would probably say sad. Shoot. Yeah, let's do sad.
How could anyone do such a thing? This is just too horrible. I knew people didn't like us, but this... Oh, more spirit possession, that's good. Well, good. If we kill the spirit, I guess the people, will feel like assholes. Or they'll double down because people hate to feel like they're stupid.
Yeah, that's true.
They've gotten up in a frenzy. Their fears are being amplified by a very strong spirit magic. It's drawing them all towards something inside the shop. Eh?
I guess, how can you tell?
How do you know that? It's a spirit thing. I'm also being
Wow.
drawn by something inside the shop. The essence of other spirits. Ooh. Usually it doesn't really matter because there aren't really a lot of us around, but something's here. And it has its sights set on something inside that store.
I guess just their fears? I guess we'll just go in order.
Really?
The people don't look very frightened to me. Fear turns to... Distrust turns to anger.
Maybe, but
We all fear something, but usually you can tell whether you should act on it or if the fear is irrational. Their fear has been stoked, it has turned to rage, they have lost sight of themselves completely. Why aren't we affected?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not feeling my bravest at the moment either, so why am I not tearing stuff up?
about that.
Oh, we have a spirit shield. So I guess we've got to do something.
so
We can't just keep standing here. There's got to be something we can do. There's no telling what they'll do.
I'm more concerned about Elizabeth right now.
we've got to go.
I know it's scary, but I need to find my teacher, Elizabeth. She might still be in the shop, and I could just leave her. You're very kind, aren't you? I kind of wish. Never mind. Okay, I'll take you.
Are you
Why
saying
do I
you
feel
kind
like
of
you're
wish?
lying?
Are you saying you kind of wish I wasn't kind? I could have just left your ass to get mugged in that alley, bitch.
Why do I feel like you're lying about when you were spirit bound to me?
Oh. Yeah,
Let's just
maybe.
keep our heads down, okay? The back of the building looks surprisingly similar to the alleyway that we almost died in.
For real.
Closed window and a nicely sized rock. It's not vandalism if you own the property.
Yeah.
Okay. Very sneaky. The sneaky duo, that's us.
A door bursts open.
Get out of my home, you
Hello.
child.
Flippancy?
I think. Are you okay?
Probably. Yeah.
Um.
Are you okay? They didn't hurt you, did they?
Also, do
Maybe
you know who
2000.
this voice actor is right here?
Elizabeth?
Yeah.
No, but I can look.
Karen Strassman.
Oh!
I did not
Good
recognize
name.
her at all. She usually has a very unique voice. I've never heard her do an old lady voice.
It sounds familiar, but
Oh, her? Or the voice?
Karen Strassman. The name Karen Strassman sounds
Fi.
familiar. Oh! Really?
Yeah, she's also like I wish I was better of a fan of her, but she's also like a massive anti-vaxxer and Trump supporter, so
Oh.
it's kind of also a disappointment to hear her in a thing, but I do think she does very good work.
Okay.
But what about you? You were gone for so long. I was just about to leave and go looking for you when those hooligans started gathering out front. What happened? And who is that?
I, social anxiety that I have, would like to avoid the question entirely and press on about the fact that we are getting burned out of our house.
Yeah, considering there's a fire going on, I don't think we have time to probably
Diplomatic or annoying?
Probably diplomatic.
It's a long story, and we don't have time
I'll
to tell
tell
it.
you what happened.
Oh, apparently we're just
Oh.
gonna go into it.
Okay.
It's a long story, and there's currently a raging fire outside of our
So
house.
let's go
But you know
into
what?
it.
Bit of a magical hiccup. Mime here was about to take me to someone who could fix it, weren't you, Mime?
Right.
Yes, of course. I know exactly how to fix this.
By the seven? Have you bound yourself to the
Are you
spirit?
about to get disowned by our magic teacher?
That sounds like quite a bit of agency that I don't have.
Yeah, for real.
That I didn't have in this decision that was made.
Oh, what were you thinking, child? Do you have any idea what you have done?
Elizabeth, it was
I
either
have
this
done
or
nothing.
die.
Oh.
I don't think it fits with how we've been playing her, but I do like, right, let's have this discussion now.
I would like to veto the first option,
Yeah, I
because
think
there's a difference between being kind and understanding and being a doormat.
yeah, I think the middle one's the right way to go.
No.
Couldn't just stand by and do nothing. I didn't mean for this to happen, but I would do it again to protect mine.
Child, your kind heart is going to get you into trouble one day. Trouble that I will not be able to save you from.
That sounds more threatening than...
Yeah.
Speaking of trouble...
I do kind of like speaking of trouble, because we have played her as sort of joking sometimes, so.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Since we're on that topic, we seem to have a problem with angry villagers that we might want to address soon.
I just don't understand what is happening.
Spirits.
How odd.
Spirits.
Yep.
About that.
Some kind of powerful magic is drawing them to the shop.
Powerful magic? But that's impossible. This is an alchemy shop. The only vaguely magical item in here is the alchemy table.
Why does someone want to kill the alchemy table?
It can't be.
The headache's gotten too bad.
The light suddenly dims? As in the light of the raging fire? Suddenly dims?
know. I don't know if it's just because. Oh. Oh, what? Oh, okay.
This indicates a space where you could call upon others for assistance. Oh, there's a star.
Looks dangerous. I guess just mime. What is that? I don't know if there's a consequence for calling for others.
What the?
Mime, what is that thing?
Well,
It looks like a spirit of some sort, but...
It's a demon.
Oh, hey. That again.
This thing. It reeks of dark magic. It's trying to breach the barrier I put around the shop.
Oh. Oh, that's why they're possessing humans. They want the alchemy table? Question mark? But they can't do it themselves, so, you know.
Get
Why get a
slaves to
little...
do it for them.
Oh, shit.
Shoot. I think. Shoot. I'm torn between stand your ground and we should run. Because I feel like we've been playing her as determined a bit so far. Like, the 3 things that we've done have been determined, kind, and joking for the most part. But I also feel like staying here is not a good idea.
I have no personal attachment to this alchemy table.
Yeah, I think we should run.
Gotta get out of here. The window begins to bend inward like a giant bubble about to burst, and then it cracks. Heat washes over you, and every single piece of glass in the shop shatters. What remains of the window blows outward with a single loud crash. You pick yourself off the floor. Someone is screaming in the distance, and there is a strong smell of burning wood. The shop, it's been completely destroyed. From the rubble, a tall, dark shape rises to tower over you. Oh, you're adorable!
I was gonna say, that's not as,
I sure hope you stop trying to kill us at some point during this game, because I love you. The humans demand fire, but flee when their wish is granted. Glowing eyes zero in on you, a tall, lanky shape standing in the middle of the destroyed shop. Was this a little shop assistant? I wonder, will you flee as well? What lies in your heart? Fear? Anger? The glow of those soulless eyes intensifies and you feel cold all over as the gaze pierces through you. How disappointing. People like you are the worst.
Jesus.
Keeping your head bowed every day, taking the scorn of the common people like you somehow deserve it. I can see it all. See how the people of this town, these pathetic, weak mortals, are mocking you while you do nothing. Why should their imbecile fear weigh down on you? You are their superior. Your talent should leave them begging at your feet, so why? What drives you down this path?
Faith?
I believe in the good of humanity.
Yeah. Yeah, I think faith.
Things might be rough now, but I believe things will change. I believe that kindness will change their hearts and make things better.
The creature begins to glow, a soft green color. It lets out a frustrated scream and charges at you.
look out!
Go back to the hell you came from.
Hell yes! Oh boy. I was so hoping we would get to her today.
The demon stumbles, struck from behind, and keels over, clinging to its side where its shape is cracking like broken shards of glass. You see broad shoulders. A woman steps in front of you, shielding you from the demon. A sword gleams in her hands as she boldly faces off against this monster.
Are you all right?
Romance!
Just one of them is just straight up labeled romance. Oh my god. Oh, it has like a symbol on it. Huh.
Well, there is no real kind or determined answer. There's just a little bit of joking. But also, romance!
I'm very compelled. I kind of want to, I'm very curious what that means. Partially, like, I wanted to click it just because, like, I want to see what the fuck that is. But also because it's fucking Allegra Clark, and I was intending to romance her anyways, so...
Well, they gave you the opportunity at first glance.
Yeah, literally, love at first... Oh, there's multiple options? Great, now that you are here. Actually, yeah, oh shoot, I don't know. I don't know if great now that you are here would be too much for a first meeting. But I do really like it.
You want to go with it?
Yeah, I want to go with it.
Much better now that you're here, that's for sure.
Victoria! I'm so glad to see.
Quiet, Mime. You and I are going to have a talk as soon as this is over.
Awkward.
The demon screeches and rights itself, the bleeding gash on its side glowing like hot metal. You fool. You'll pay for this! It rushes forward, but Victoria is far too quick. She swiftly strikes it down, spraying shadows of darkness from the fresh wound. The glow is steadily growing stronger. You begin to feel drawn towards that light as if it is calling out to you.
I'm feeling kinda weird.
Look, the table.
The broken table? The alchemy table is glowing the same shade as the demon. It pulses and breathes like a living thing, lifting itself off the floor. Shifting and shaping into a new form, it suddenly flies right at you. You reach out to catch...
I guess, so we have to make the one on the...
We have to make the one on the right, yeah.
The one, yeah.
Which means I need to do something like... this. And then... this. Oh. 1, 2, 3. Okay, no. Oh, shit.
Nice.
There we go. Light bursts from your hand. I sure hope we aren't given something completely expected, like a time trial.
Yeah, I was literally just thinking, I was like, oh god, what if this is timed?
It seems like it should be timed in, narratively.
Yeah.
Not this time, because nobody knows what to expect, but
right, it's
as
so
our
early.
abilities become known, maybe people will stop giving us time to spin little dials.
Yeah.
The demon writhes and shakes, the light bursting it open from within, and then it crumbles, turning to ash with a quiet sigh. There is only stillness. In your hand is what remains of the alchemy table, a pendant of sorts. The familiar cogs and wheels still make up the main body, but 5 small runes are knocked out into the upper ring, one of them glowing faintly with a strange sort of magic. You're feeling woozy, like your legs are about to give out from under you. Everyone alright?
Yeah, I would go with that one.
Okay.
Is everyone alright? No one's hurt? I think I'm just gonna... But the world does feel a tiny bit shaky. Cold steel presses against your throat. Ah! Mommy's angry. What?
Why?
Cute.
Why? Why? Why are you angry?
Diplo?
Yeah, I think
Diplo?
Diplo's the way to go in this.
So,
Let's try not to get ahead of ourselves with the swords, okay? I don't know what happened. The alchemy table has never been shattered at the seams, and then glowed, and then shot itself into my hand. Victoria glares at you with suspicion, but slowly lowers her sword a little. Right, towards the center of my chest instead of my neck now. That's understandable. Understood.
I can't believe this.
Mime, would you be so kind as to tell me what's going on here? Victoria's words drip with tension. Mime looks very, very small when she steps up from behind you. Well, you see, I'm not entirely sure myself. It felt like I had a connection with that thing for a moment.
So that's how it is.
A spirit locket. Elizabeth is staring at the glowing amulet in your hands with a barely masked sadness that puts you on edge. It must have reacted to the presence of the demon. It appears that it absorbed the power of that fiendish creature, sealing it away for good.
I guess relieved?
So everything's gone for good? That's a relief. Victoria glares at you darkly. That was an allegro groan for sure.
Indeed, indeed.
On a scale from 1 to that one scream boss gives in Eye of the Somniphiles, that was a
yeah.
solid 6.
Yeah, I'd agree.
I would like to note that I did not do the binding.
This was completely involuntary.
I was half dead. 3/4? A solid 90% dead?
Yeah, like 1, I did not choose this. 2, it was either that or die.
Oh, god damn it. Whose orders? First Commander Elefea. How am I already being arrested for this? It happened minutes ago. How do you already have an arrest warrant? Oh, gosh. Well, damn. That's where my head's at, yeah?
What was the boat? Was it an accident again? Scared. Shoot, I don't know. These are all kind of good options, and I feel like they would fit.
Well,
I guess we'll damn.
Well, now I feel like we're guilty.
Yeah.
This is bad. This is really bad. Good to know you understand the severity of your situation. What actions? I killed a demon.
Literally.
And that is all I had the agency to do. And even that was kind of like half...
Hear me out.
under pressure. What happened to reasonable cause? Was that one thing self-defense? Self-defense? In fact, it's really lucky that we were here. I bet the shop would have burned down completely if you and Morgan hadn't been here to save it. Illegal use of chaotic magic.
Oh. She's got a cell phone?
Why do you have a cell phone?
Of all the times.
Just don't take it. Pretend we're not here.
After I romanced you, Victoria?
Goodness. She closes her eyes and breathes in deep as if saying a quiet prayer. There's a flash of light and an image appears.
Victoria, what's going on? You didn't call in for your last report.
The image of a woman in uniform appears in a glowing light and you blink in surprise. You've heard about crystal communication the government uses to transmit conversation, but you've never seen one in person before. Victoria straightens up in her presence, all emotions hidden by a very professional tone.
Apologies, Commander. I'm afraid that the situation has become more complicated.
Aletherose mercy. Don't tell me you lost the spirit.
No, Mime is still with me, but the incident appears to have spread. A demon appeared in town tonight. I suspect there are more out there.
The number of casualties.
None, for now. However...
I mean, technically, the alchemist was dead for a while earlier, but, you know,
Why couldn't you lead with that earlier? It sounds like you're trying to cover your ass now.
For real.
We managed to dispose of the threat for now, but I fear this could still escalate.
I know you want to ask, Victoria, but we cannot dispatch any more knights to the area.
Uh-oh.
For now, you will return to Eridos with the spirit. We will regroup from here and determine the proper course of action.
I understand.
Oh?
I think what about the townspeople?
Townspeople.
Yeah.
You're leaving? But what about the townsfolk? What are we gonna do if more demons show up?
Die, I guess.
Victoria, who is this?
Another complication.
actually, the alchemist here might just be the solution to your problem.
Mime.
No. It's all right, Victoria. Let us hear what the spirit wishes to share.
Thank you, ma'am. You see, we got into a little accident earlier. I won't bore you with the details, but the good news is that the two of us together are really good at sealing away those big old meanie spirits you're so worried about.
Is that so?
The woman turns to you.
What is your involvement in all of this?
Getting stabbed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Getting stabbed was a real call to action for me, so...
The woman looks rather disturbed, but shakes her head with a sigh.
Ah, an unlucky bystander then. And this magic you use to get rid of the demons. Unlawful, I assume.
Oh, it was either use unlawful magic or die, so...
Very.
But no one got hurt. We just sealed away the one who was wreaking havoc in the shop here. I'm confident that if we just stay in town and investigate, then we'll find a solution to the problems you're having in no time.
A lovely proposition, but tell me this, spirit. If I allow you to roam free, how can I trust that you won't just run away again?
Because this time she can't. She is not physically capable of doing that. Because she is bound to me.
Yeah.
We probably shouldn't mention that, huh?
Because I'm so nice?
No.
I cannot trust you. There is more at stake here than mere townsfolk.
Oh.
It is a risk I will not take.
I don't like that. Am I alone in not liking that?
I'll vouch for the child, Commander.
Oh, uh-oh. She has importance. Old importance.
Old importance.
Elizabeth.
Oh, the commander knows her.
It has been so long.
Oh my god, they used to be girlfriends.
I was wondering.
I feel fate is playing some cruel trick on us, adding you to this unholy mix.
Victoria and Mime look completely flabbergasted by the familiar tone used by the two women. You read the script, and you know that they are now girlfriends. You must admit, you were also curious as to how your teacher came to know one of... how your teacher came to know one of the Empire's commanders so very closely. If I had to take a guess, biblically.
Perhaps. The young one is my apprentice. I can vouch for the contents of their heart. And, if you will let me, take full responsibility for what we both know must be done.
It is not fair for me or anyone to force upon you such a burden. You have already done enough.
And I shall do this as well. Unless you wish to stop me.
Oh. I know better than to challenge you.
That was definitely flirting. We're not misreading the situation, right?
No, it's definitely reading as flirting.
Okay.
Very well, Victoria. Your new mission will be to stay in town, guarding these two, as you track down any remaining demons and neutralize them. You will do what you must in order to keep a low profile. This mission cannot fail, and the truth cannot be revealed to the public.
No pressure or anything.
I understood.
Concerned?
Yeah, I think so.
You want me to do what? I'm not a knight. I'm just an alchemist. Not even that, I'm just an apprentice. How can I possibly be of any help?
I agree. It is an unconventional situation. Normally, I would never agree to anything like this. But the situation is dire. And whatever you may think of your abilities, this first victory is proof of something else. I need you to rise to the challenge. Can you do that?
Oh boy.
Will you accept this path that has been forced upon you?
I'm not really sure we have a choice, but I want to help anyways.
These creatures are obviously dangerous. If there's any way I can help stop them, so no more people will get hurt, then I'll do my best.
You have a good heart. I wish you luck.
The image disappears and a tense silence falls over the group.
That went well. Right?
For a given value of well.
Just awkward silence.
Oh, hey. That was the
Hey, we did
prologue.
the prologue. Good timing.
Okay, that was a start to the adventure. Yes. Dee-dee. I will try to figure out why Streamlabs exploded. Thank you, Kiki, for broadcasting this to your channel in the meantime.
Yeah, of course. I'm glad we were able to make it work.
Thank you to everyone for stopping by, taking a peek at the game. This seems neat.
Yeah, I like
Very,
it so far.
yeah. Our, huh. You think that's our spirit? Flowing outside of her body right now?
Could be. It is very, moving.
Flowy.
Yeah.
Moving, yes. Alright. Thank you all for watching. Thank you, Kiki, for joining me.
Yeah,
for broadcasting.
thank you.
If you'd like to see more, if I can manage to figure out why Streamlabs fucked up and unfuck it, or uninstall it entirely and force OBS to work properly, maybe. Next week, will be on my channel, K0_VT, and if not, then
Yeah.
maybe we just started.
Oh, go ahead.
I don't know, maybe we just turn it into a Discord broadcast instead.
That is true. That's an option.
Because I don't really care about broadcasting this to Twitch, honestly.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I did forget to say that we'll probably have to do it on Friday because I work Friday morning, a morning shift, which means I will probably stay up late Thursday night.
I see.
So we'll probably have to do it Friday. But we can talk about that a little bit more, nail down the time a little bit later.
Okay. We'll figure that out.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for joining us. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.